Tonight's film, a dramatization of events in the life of Vicki Daniel, is based on court transcripts, published accounts, and Steve Salerno's book, Deadly Blessing. Some names have been changed and certain scenes created for dramatic purposes.
If you'd only let me be. You told yourself years ago you never let the feeling show. The obligation that you made.
Number 38, your order's ready. Vicki, can you watch the front? I gotta go to the bathroom.
You're right there. There she is. Okay, I'm going up there. What do you want?
I don't want anything. We just had lunch.
Well, just order something. I got to have a reason to go up to the counter.
Order something for yourself so we can get out of here. That wouldn't be caught dead fooling around with a waitress.
That's because you're married.
Forget about Charlotte.
Anyway, I'm just looking.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, you can look at that all summer. Food's gonna taste just the same.
Then I'll have a cup of black coffee.
What size cup you want?
What do you recommend?
Well, a small would make you seem too stingy, and a large might look a little too greedy. I think I know what you want.
My. Say, what's your name?
Misty?
Are you married?
Sort of.
Sort of. When?
When I'm not considering a divorce.
You have a lawyer?
Once or twice.
Oh, this is a pretty big cup, huh?
Mm. It's our politician size.
Oh, you know me?
You're the governor's son. Everybody in Liberty knows the Daniel family. Little fish always know who the big fish are, so as not to get eaten. That'll be 50 cents.
Hey, what's your real name?
Vicki. Vicki Moore.
That's if you need a lawyer.
Well, I'm not sure I want one yet.
Will you please give me a call when you make up your mind?
Hey, you forgot your change.
You cleaned my teeth and it didn't even hurt. And he gave me a yellow toothbrush.
Oh. You leave it at Mama's?
Hey, Daddy! Daddy!
Hey!
Stay for dinner?
Well, we'll see, Captain.
Did Dad stay for dinner?
Well, John, I think it's time for your movie. Why don't you go on in and turn on the TV?
Okay.
Take these with you, would you? Honey, put those up in the kitchen. Well, that's a nice truck. How much it cost?
Too much, like most things in life. Sorry I couldn't take the kids to the dentist.
Yeah, well, Mama took them. I thought you had to work.
So did I. But the building inspector wouldn't pass on the wiring, so we all got to come back next week. I sure do miss you. Can I come in the house?
You saying you want to try and make this marriage work?
I'm saying I want to come inside and have a visit with my wife.
That's what I thought.
I feel a fight coming on.
I don't want to fight. I just want to talk.
Talk? Hell, it won't work.
Won't work if we won't try, Larry.
We've been trying for 9 years, and the longer we're married, the more we... You change. Hell, I don't even know what it is you want anymore.
I'll tell you what I want. I want something more than a sex visit. I want to feel like we're going somewhere. I mean, doesn't it bother you that we are just as hard up for money now as we were when we first got married?
You're starting to yell again.
Because it's the only way you'll listen.
Yes. All right, count to 20 and then show her in. Come in.
I'm sorry if I'm late. The other girl's car just wouldn't...
No, your timing is perfect. Please have a seat. Elaine, could we have some fresh coffee and cake?
Sure.
Well. All right.
You really know all those people?
Well, once in politics, always in politics. And actually, I have a lot more, but I change them, depending who's in or out of office. So, Mrs. Moore, I assume that this means that you have made a decision regarding your marriage.
My mama said I should just ask you right up front. How long will this take? And how much will it cost?
If both parties agree, it shouldn't take more than a couple of months. Now, as for money, I don't want you to be worrying about that. That is a matter for me and Mr. Moore to work out, okay? Elaine, start a file for Mrs. Moore. She'll sign all the usual forms before she leaves, and also make sure we can always reach her, and that she can always reach me.
And there's only one reason a man like that makes a play for a girl like you.
What's that, Mama? I tell you, you sure know how to make a person feel good about themselves.
Well, at least with a man like Larry, you know what you got.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Over says pickup truck and too many bills. Anyway, we're just talking business.
Business?
Uh-huh.
That's what you talk about in an office. How many business meetings does it take to get a divorce? I'd call this dating.
We're going over the list of community property.
What about his divorce? It's only been final a few months.
I met his son, Dom. He lives with his mother in Austin, but he and Price are real close. Why don't you want me to be happy, Mama? I'm so damn tired. I just want to feel... Hey!
the beginning, they're all nice. Full of promises and hot hands. Including your father.
Oh, I don't want to talk about your marriages, Mama. I am not you. And I'm not going to live by your mistakes. He's nice to me, Mama. When I'm with him, I'm not afraid. And the world doesn't seem like one big collection agency. Can't you be happy for me? Just for tonight. I'll see you. Hi. Sorry I kept you waiting. Huh. Where are we going?
Dallas. So here I got elected by telling everybody I was going to make changes, only to find out people didn't want changes.
Oh, no.
So I don't know if I gave up on politics or politics gave up on me.
How come you came back to such a little place like Liberty?
That's my family's home. I'll always live there.
Whoa.
How come a pretty woman like you isn't exploring what Dallas here or some other bright light has to offer?
Oh, no. Big cities are for big money. I mean, I would make the same salary, but it would cost so much more to live. I would never get ahead.
If that were Larry talking, I'd agree. But you're not like him. You're a person with dreams. And you can do anything that you want to. Anything.
Thank you. Very much. That is the nicest thing anyone has ever said about me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So why won't you let me share you?
Oh.
Just meet him.
I wouldn't know how to be.
Just be yourself. I wouldn't want you to be any way else. Oh, come home with me right now.
Is this what you want your family's first impression of me to be?
The hell with them.
Oh, Bryce. I think you're more of a dreamer than I am.
You want me. I know you want me.
Yes, I want you. I don't want all the little dirty, mean things people will say about us. About the Texas blue blood. And the little trashy blonde waitress.
Don't run away from me, Vicky. Trust me. Please trust me.
I can bring a bathing suit.
You all right? Yeah, it's not rented. I bought it for you.
Yeah, well, everybody can tell that just by looking at me. Oh, this is incredible, Bryce. Just...
Hey! Family picture time. Get on over here.
Well, you heard the governor.
Oh, he's just talking about family, Prize.
Price, come on. I think you can tear yourself away from Mrs. Moore for just a few minutes.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, all right, since you're Price's friend. I'm just kidding. I'm Jean Daniel Murph, Price's sister.
Oh, Price talks about you all the time.
It's nice to meet you.
So then we haven't met yet, have we?
No.
Okay. Just the price moves so fast, I'm forgetting people as quick as he introduces them.
What goes up the chimney?
Smoke, what comes down?
Santa Claus.
Well, Shakespeare, kick in the ribs.
And a Happy New Year!
Well, what do you think of her?
Price.
Very pretty. Now, why did the chicken cross the road?
That was no chicken, that was an egg. What's Dad think?
Why don't you come dance with me, all right? I promise I'll bring him right back. I understand that her family was real poor when she was a child.
And they still are.
Well, what does she do?
She's a waitress, but you know this. Everybody does.
Well, I just have one more question, Price. Why?
Oh, you sound like a lawyer.
No, I sound like a sister. You just walked away from one of the best political marriages this state has ever seen.
Maybe I just wanted to try forbidden fruit.
No, I know you, Price. More to it than that.
Yeah, there is.
And Mrs. Moore, are you looking for a better job?
Well, I'm really grateful for the one I've got. But of course, when I finish night school and get my diploma...
Right now, a lot of her future is going to depend on me. And how well I represent her in her divorce.
Does the law interest you, Mr. Moore?
Well, Price makes it seem interesting. Like, I always wondered why half the town calls the road out there the Governor's Road, and the other half calls it FM 1011, you know, that's farm to market. So Price explained. He said that some folks really believe it belongs to you. And the others, well, they think it belongs to the farmers your granddaddy stole it from. Hey, where are we going?
Just down the road. Oh, my. Well, some of my friends were being snobbish today.
Well, I guess. But you know, maybe that's because I know them better than they know me. I mean, my mama said that rich people are always afraid of poor people. You know, when you were a little boy, what'd you dream of?
Oh, I dreamed of being a hero. You know? When days were old and nights were bold and...
I know that. That's dirty. No, I'm being serious.
What, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I dreamed of being a hero. What'd you dream of?
Anything new. Mostly shoes. I can remember when I got my first new pair of shoes. Your sister Jean says you'll never really give up politics. It was like I was inside your family's heads, and I could hear them saying. They're saying there's only one reason a man like you starts dating a girl like me.
A man like me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you mean, a man like me? What makes you think we're so different?
Bryce, you're playing on the wrong side of the tracks.
Oh, yeah, you sound like one of those old movies you're always watching.
You know, there's a lot of truth to those old movies on TV.
Yeah. The truth is, you don't believe in yourself as much as I do. No, the truth is, you don't believe in yourself as much as I do you?
What do you want from me?
I want you to sign those papers so I can make your divorce final.
Then what?
And then I want to be more than your lawyer.
Bryce, you would get bored with me. Faster than you got bored with this big old house and all the stuff in it.
This house is empty.
You are not only crazy, you are blind.
Oh, without you, this house is empty.
Don't lie to me, Bryce. A lie will go through my heart just like a bullet.
Let me show you. Please.
Just let me show you.
Ho, 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 Little Red Riding Hood. This is your sweet old grandmother. Can I come in? If you don't let me in, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down.
Why, Grandmother, I wasn't expecting you. But the door is open. Perhaps you'll let yourself in. Oh, Grandmother, what big eyes you have.
The better to see you with, my dear.
Grandmother, what a big bottle of champagne you have.
The better to quench your thirst, my dear.
Oh, Grandmother.
Hey, listen to my plan. We'll get married in New Orleans.
Oh, Grandmother, I've only been divorced a few hours. Can't we get married in that sweet little old Methodist church over by the courthouse?
Well,
Oh!
if we get married in Liberty, it won't be our marriage. It'll be a public event.
I always wanted to be a public event.
Trust me. I can see the TV news. Former Speaker of the House marries former local waitress.
That's who we are. That's who I am.
No, it's not. That's who we've been. That's who we were. Right now, we're shipwrecked lovers on a desert island. And our lives are only what we make it.
Okay. New Orleans is great. I've never been to New Orleans.
It's a party town. And Jean's husband, David, he could marry us.
Can we take a plane?
Yeah.
I've never been in an airplane. Can you believe it? I'm probably the only person in America who's never been on an airplane. Are we rich? Can we buy our own plane? Can we get married on an airplane?
Do you, Marion Price Daniel, Jr., take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, to love, honor, and cherish, in sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer, till death do you part?
I do.
Do you, Vicky Laretha Moore, take this man to be your husband, to love, honor, and obey, in sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer, till death do you part?
I do. I've got one for him, too.
By the power vested in me by the state of Louisiana and the city of New Orleans, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Well, this is it.
Sure is. You said for richer or. Guess I'm the poor.
Oh, no. Joel and Kate, welcome to your new home. You don't worry about playing in the streets out here. People say we own it.
You do. Come on, kid.
Kate, your room is way down there, and Joel, you're across the hall. And the room next to you, Joel, is for Dom when he comes to visit.
I love you forever.
Vicky, I'll see you at dinner time. I'm leaving.
Bryce? Wait. Don't leave me here alone.
Well, why? It's your own house.
Well, I don't feel like it is. I don't even know where things are yet. Don't you want to stay and show me where everything is?
Vicky, I am late for work. And I got to go to the office.
Well, call the office and tell them you can't come in today.
Honey, I can't.
Yes, you can, because you're the boss.
Vicky, Go back in the bedroom now. You're naked.
Almost naked.
Uh-huh. And what if the children see?
Well, they are my children. They have seen me this way before. Besides, Charlotte already took them off to school.
There, you see? Now, what if a neighbor came by and saw you looking like that?
Oh, Prize. Our only neighbors are your family. And they live way down the road. You don't think you have any peeping Toms in your family, do you?
Yeah, Vicky, I really don't think it's right for you to be seen like this.
Seen by who?
Vicky, I mean it. Don't ever make a display of yourself like this again, ever. It's trashy. I won't have it.
You're serious, aren't you?
We'll talk about it tonight. Jimmy?
Did a real good job, Jimmy. Thank you.
Prize, can I see you for a minute?
I'm running late, Vicky. Can it wait till tonight?
But we don't talk at night.
Honey, I'm really pressed for time. You're sounding like those old movies again.
Well, I'm beginning to feel like them, too. I mean, am I doing something wrong? Am I not being the wife you want me to be?
Vicky, you're overreacting. Now, I'm busy. I work. That's the way it is with men.
I don't want to be one of those complaining wives. But this is the longest conversation we've had in 3 weeks.
Honey, we'll talk about it tonight, huh? I love you.
Damn it, Price! You're not listening.
You know, running a church is a lot like running a business. It takes a lot of responsibility. And that's very cute. I could, as I said to David, never live that far away from my family. That's cute.
I can't decide which one I like best.
Well, why don't you just take all of them?
Oh, I couldn't do that. Not without asking Price.
Well, at least take them home and let Price look at them. You know, they'll let you return them. Why don't you just write all those up, okay?
Does Price ever talk about us? About me?
Well, of course he does.
What does he say?
Well, I don't know what you're asking exactly. I mean, you know, he loves you. What do you mean exactly?
Oh, stop, Jean. I don't even... Just forget we had this conversation. I must be going through the pregnancy crazies.
Oh, are you pregnant?
Uh-huh.
Does Price know?
Well, he will tonight. That's why I was thinking about getting something a little more sexy.
Will this be cash or charge?
I don't know. Do I have an account here or something? I mean, Price keeps most of the credit cards, and I never have enough from the money for the house for extras here, let alone.
Here you go. Thank you. Consider this a gift.
Thank you, Jean.
But why don't you let Price choose which dress to keep and which ones to return?
Okay. I think he's gonna like that black one.
Get out on the curbside. Can't you pick up something for Joe? One scoop. Mama, I'll catch up, okay? Hey, order me up something I shouldn't have.
I want to thank you all for coming out here. And it's a tradition that I embrace. And as your next Attorney General, there's only one witness here, and thou people. All the people, all the time.
I had a thought on that myself now, if you don't mind.
How in God's name can you announce you're becoming a candidate for Attorney General and not tell me first? I mean, we didn't even discuss it, Price. I just came by from your office, and they're all congratulating me. I mean, even they knew before I did. I felt like a complete fool.
Now relax, Vicky. I was going to tell you when I got home tonight.
Tonight. Well, thank you very much for taking me into your confidence along with the whole state of Texas.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Vicky. Price and I have been discussing his future. You're going to be a very, very important part of that. Price is going to be counting on you, all of us. Family will be counting on you. Price and I are just planning what role you would take in the election when you drove up there.
I'm only interested in one role, Mr. Daniel, and that's as your son's wife. As for this election, your invitation's coming a little late.
Hi, sweetheart. I'm home. Hey, make us some sandwiches, huh?
Price, it's 2 a.m.
Hey, I'm not asking a question. You're still mad at me. Oh, are you?
If you didn't drink so much, you'd be able to undress standing up.
Okay. Okay, so I should have called first and then told you I was bringing the boys home.
No, you should have called first and asked if you could bring them over.
I don't ask permission. What, in my own house?
In our house. I live here too. And it's not a house. A house is something that you buy, Christ. This is a home, and we are a family! Price, I'm sorry. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I guess I'm just jealous. You seem to spend so much more time with those men from Austin than you do with your own family. I want our marriage to work, Bryce. We can make it work, baby. We can make it work if we both try.
My family has a tradition of service to the people of Texas. And it's a tradition that I embrace. And as your next Attorney General, there's only one special interest group that I'll be serving. The people. All the people, all the time.
Oh, God, I look fat.
You're pregnant. And gloriously pregnant. You know a pregnant lady is like a halo in politics?
I miss the kids.
Well, you see them tomorrow.
Will you?
No. I judge a marching band contest in Lubbock, but I'll be back the day after.
Price, I can't. I feel like an old big cow with a stomach ache.
Well, maybe old Price has some new things we can try.
I'll go over your speech that you're going to give tomorrow.
Well, talking's for the morning. Let's try something different, huh?
Talking would be different. You always get this way when you've been drinking, Price.
Honey, scotch and politics and sex are like ducks and water and duck hunters.
Well, I'm not a duck. Come on, stop it, baby. Come on. Come on, you used to care about me. You used to care about my feelings. Whatever happened to that man, huh? Whatever happened to the man I married?
The man you married is sick and tired of hearing his wife complain every time he wants to make love. The man you married works 20 hours a day because the man you married is in a fight for his political life.
Ow! Oh! I just want to thank you. I've been treated like an honest-to-God princess, and well, I just want you to know if there's ever anything that I can ever do for you, I want you to call me.
Get everyone's names. You send them all thank you notes.
When's Price going to get here?
He had to fly up to Austin.
No, I talked to him last night, and he said he would be here to take our son home together.
You and Price will have the rest of your life to burp babies, change diapers. You know how politics are. Something came up this morning.
Nothing more important than our first son.
Oh, wait till little Frazier meets his new nanny.
When's he going to meet his father?
Young lady, my son's job is to keep alive a family tradition. That's his first and only job right now.
Okay, you two bank robbers, let's get back to those Brussels sprouts. Come on.
Sweetheart. Hey, you. You know what I think? Do you like to wear shoes? You should be wearing these shoes.
Someone once said that the best way to shake off the wet blanket of defeat is to start something new. So I want to thank you all for coming out here to wish me luck in this new business venture. Of course, anyone who has their blue jeans dry cleaned, he still has a lot to learn about being a cowboy.
Don't worry. I've got a shawl. No one will see it.
You just explained that you started to fall, and I grabbed you just to break the fall. It was an accident. And I said I was sorry. What? Well, you want people to think that I actually...
You know what, Price? You're changing, and you're changing me. Each morning we wake up, we're both a little more different than we were the day before.
You're changing. You used to at least pretend that you were my wife.
I am your wife, Dad.
Well, then act like it.
Where's the dinosaur fighting the elephant?
Maybe they don't like each other. Watch your brother, okay? Kids missed you at dinner. Me too.
Oh, where'd you have dinner?
I meant I missed you at dinner.
Well, setting up the new office is taking longer than I thought. There's a lot more late nights.
Well, isn't that why you hired all those extra people? To help you with that kind of thing?
Get rid of it?
No, honey, you go back and watch your movie.
Price told us to go watch it on Kate's TV.
It's okay, baby. It's okay. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. Price, why are you being mean to the kids? They were watching that TV in there. You're not watching the TV. You're looking at your mail.
Now I'm watching the TV.
It's okay, Joe. You watch your movie.
Boys, you go watch your movie in Kate's room.
Kate is watching her favorite show.
Then the boys can watch the movie in our room while you fix me something to eat. I bought myself a steak. It's in one of the bags out there.
Like attendance slipping just a bit for Houston. They usually have upwards of 40,000 in the stands.
What's your brother?
And here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Take it for a strike.
I want dinner.
You want a tuna sandwich or you want a TV dinner?
I want my steak.
When you buy us a steak, I'll cook you a steak.
And here's a couple more finals for
Come
you.
on,
First
John.
of all, from Montreal, they beat Cincinnati 4-2 today. And it was Baltimore in Seattle 7-6. What must have been quite a slugfest there. Into the windup, 2-2. The pitch.
It's okay.
And here's the 3-2 delivery. High inside. And then we got just a little bit of the catcher mind in there. I think.
Get on bed. What's your brother? No. What the hell is wrong with you?
I want to watch the game.
No, you were watching it in the other room.
I want to watch it in here.
You want to be mean. Hey! Bryce, you're drunk. No, Bryce!
Price, what in God's name is going on here? You got those kids scared to death. Where's Vicky?
She's in the bathroom, doing what ladies do best. She's putting on a pretty face.
Vicky, you in there?
Yes, Houston? Price and I we were just having one of our, what do you call them?
Well, are you all right?
Go home, Houston. I'll be by to pick up the kids later.
I'm gonna go talk to Price.
You do that, Houston. You go talk to him. Somebody better talk to him. Jimmy?
Yes, Miss Daniels?
You want to take a look at this and tell me what you think it is?
That's boo, Miss Daniels.
Boo.
Pot, marijuana. That's dope.
Thank you.
We'll finish this later. Well, let me guess. Can't be about the marijuana. Had that argument weeks ago.
Why is Jimmy moving his stuff into our guest bedroom?
Jimmy works for us.
I know he's working for you. You spend more time with him than you do with the kids and me, but why is he moving his clothes into our home? Good God, Price. You give him clothes, you buy him gifts, you serve cake to the people here, but you don't give me enough money to buy groceries.
I knew it wasn't about Jimmy.
Damn it, it is. And about how you spend more time with strangers than you do with your own family.
I bought you a new car last year, and I do the grocery shopping because you spend too much. You never look for bargains.
I'm not talking about 10 rolls of toilet paper on sale. Good grief, Price, you are rich.
I am not.
You are. You and your family are loaded with money.
My family's money is not my money. Now, what is this all about? Really? We're going over too much old ground for you to be this upset. You're pregnant again, aren't you?
I didn't have much choice, did I? I'm keeping this one, Price. Kids are all I'm ever going to get from you. Probably all you're able to give.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, babies.
That's a new one, Mom?
Yes, this is your new baby brother. See?
Can I help take care of it?
Sure. It is not an it, it is a boy. Yes, you can help. Sit down.
What's his name?
Well, I don't know yet.
What did Price say?
quickly bringing tragic news. I'm sorry, guys, it is what it is. It concerns your wife. She's been murdered.
Police are trying to locate you everywhere.
You're to call headquarters in Mexico.
Bryce. Why are you scaring the kids? If you hate me, it's fine. But why are you taking it out on... I talked to Jean. And I've decided I'm filing for a divorce.
And when did you decide that?
About the time that stake hit the floor.
Well, you sure as hell never get in the house.
All I want is enough to take care of the kids until I can get a job.
And you're not gonna get a nickel.
I don't want your house or your money or anything else. Just help me and the kids until we can make it on our own.
Have you thought how the kids are gonna feel?
They're not blind, Price. They know what's going on.
And what are you gonna tell them? What, that I'm a beast?
Kite. Rising high. In there.
I'm gonna tell them that they can stop hiding in their bedrooms. That this craziness between you and me is gonna end.
People told me I shouldn't have married you.
The joke is, I was one of them.
Mom, Kate says the baby went doo-doo again.
Well, thank you for telling me. Come on, Price. Let's get this over with.
Doing up there, huh? How'd you find it?
Told you I left it down the commode months ago. Let go of me!
Oh, Price!
Why'd you throw it away? Get out! Take your head out!
No more, no more, no more, no more!
I'm gonna stick that gun!
I'm warning you!
Or I'm gonna kill you!
People who don't live here seem to think that Texas is always hot. You know, like a desert. I met this lady from back east somewhere. She was surprised to hear that Texas can get real cold. I told this woman, I said, Texas can be the coldest place on earth when it wants to.
You go forward.
Hey, Sheriff Eccles, I hear she says it was an accident.
If everything people said was true, I could retire and paint my house.
Well, you really gonna arrest her if she shows up?
It was an accident. Plain and simple.
If it was plain and simple, you wouldn't need me as your lawyer. Fact is, you put a bullet in one of the Lone Star State's favorite sons. Now his family's out to have your hide.
I wanted us to get married here. Price said. Is the coffin closed?
I don't know. Keep your eyes on the ground, don't speak to anybody. These folks are no longer your friends and neighbors. They are now a jury of your peers.
Where are we gonna sit?
Anywhere you want.
My stomach feels funny, Mr. Haynes.
Following the funeral, Vicki Daniels' attorney, Richard Racehorse Haynes, returned her to the hospital for additional medical evaluation. Though she has been under medical observation since the night of the shooting, Sheriff Eccles said that Mrs. Daniel will surrender herself for arrest.
Turn the sound up so I can hear him.
This is Ed Bishop.
Don't worry. If there's anything important, you'd already know about it. Ever notice bad news seems to always come in person? You know, that funeral took an awful lot out of you. You probably should have just stayed right here in bed and rested.
I'm feeling scared again, Mr. Haynes.
Oh, relax. It'll just be a formality.
Being accused of murdering your husband is not a formality to me.
Vicki, a little less lipstick.
Come this way, please.
Did you know Price Daniel well?
Who hired you, Haynes? She sure can't afford you.
Would it surprise you to learn that the Daniel family put up Vicki's bail?
Hell, I know that. They did it for the kid's sake. But who brought you in?
I invited myself in, Sheriff. Seemed like such an unfair fight, I just couldn't resist jumping in.
Hold the card higher.
Can I smile?
Turn to the right, please. To the right. Hold the card so I can see it.
Price was a friend of mine, and I remain one to you and the family.
Not that I don't love them, but I'm getting too old for long speeches.
If you retain me as your attorney, I'd have to advise you that we'd be on much firmer ground if we waited till after the murder trial.
We can't wait. These two boys are all that we have left of Price. I think the fact that she murdered him is proof enough that she's an unfit mother. God only knows what else she might do in the mental state she's in.
Well, the fact that she murdered him will be decided by a jury.
I want those two boys. Now, I don't know what Larry Moore is planning on doing about his children, but we want Frazier and the baby.
You know, some people think that it's premature to say that Vicky is unfit to have custody of her own children, and with her high-dollar big-city lawyer, Racehorse Haynes, well, are you sure the family is willing to go through the hoopla that a man like that's going to raise?
We're not on trial here.
Oh, yes, sir, you are. Yes, sir, you are. You and all the other rich and famous people who live in the big White House up on the hill. The Daniel family is very much on trial here. And I'm sorry to say, so is Price. I mean, that's the reason Haynes is, planting these stories about unnatural sex and drugs, wife beating.
And they got the custody trial date set before the murder trial begins.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Haynes, can you tell me so that I understand?
Well, in a murder trial, they could never force you to testify in court. But in this custody trial, well, if you don't take the stand, people are going to think you're hiding something so bad, you'll risk losing your children.
So they get to put me on trial twice. And if this first jury finds me guilty, they take away my kids, and the second jury, they're going to find me guilty for murder for sure, right? What are we going to do, Mr. Haynes?
The question is, what are you going to say? And will the jury believe you?
I'm going to tell the truth. That it was an accident.
You're going to have to tell them more than that. You're going to have to share with that jury the most personal moments of your marriage. The most intimate moments of your marriage, Vicky. You're going to have to tell them everything.
Mr. Haynes, I'm not going to be able to say those things.
Have you explained all this to them yet?
No. I haven't been able to find the right words.
I'll find them. Because when this trial starts, things are going to get ugly. And it'll be better if they hear all of it from you.
Good pizza, huh?
Yeah. What's wrong, Mama?
How come you can always tell when there's something wrong?
That's when you take us for pizza.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Well. Hey, remember the time you backed into that table and knocked off that vase and it broke?
Yeah.
Well, you broke it, but it was an accident. And if I said to you, you broke it, I'd be telling the truth. But if I said to you, you did it on purpose, well, that wouldn't be true, would it?
Is that what happened between you and Price?
Yeah. And your Aunt Jane and your granddad and your grandma Daniel, well, they don't believe that it was an accident. And they think that I'm a bad person. And they're saying that I'm a bad mother. And so they want to take...
Does this mean you won't be our mother anymore?
Your Honor, we call as a witness the ex-husband of Vicky Daniel, Mr. Larry Moore.
It was a back and forth kind of marriage. One time getting along real good. Next time, fighting like cats and dogs.
Did she ever attack you?
Yes. With a butcher knife one time.
During the period of time, say, within that last year, did you have a conversation with her about guns or shooting?
Yes. She asked me what kind of a gun I'd use to shoot someone. I told her I'd use a shotgun. We talked about it. She asked me, wouldn't a .22 do just as well? I told her, if you shoot him in the right spot, it'd stop him.
During the first year of her marriage to Price, you know, when she and Price were fussing, did she come and visit you at all?
About 4 or 5 times in the first 7 months.
Did she stay in the same bed with you?
Yes, she did.
No further questions.
Mr. Moore, do you have your own child custody suit filed against Vicky?
Yes, sir, I
have no further questions. And during the week you worked there as a nanny, Mrs. Williams, how did Mr. Daniel behave toward Mrs. Daniel?
One night he came in under the weather, and she told him she didn't like him driving after drinking. And he said, "You high school dropout, don't tell me what to do." And he struck her. Like this.
I have no further questions.
Your Honor, we call Governor Price Daniel, Sr.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I always have. No reason to stop now.
Governor.
I'm just a civilian now, Zeke. Mr. Daniel will do fine.
Mr. Daniel, is it true that you guaranteed the bail bond for Vicky Daniel?
Yes.
And yet you feel that she murdered your son?
I wanted her treated in a hospital, not in a jail.
And if she is allowed to retain custody of the children?
If Vicky retains custody, I intend to help her all she will let me. I will do anything to benefit the children. But she will not again be welcome in my home. Not until she's been treated and is back to her old self. She has not, to this day, said she was sorry to me.
Sir, was your son a wife beater, a drug user, or a homosexual?
Zeke, nothing is furthest from the truth in this trial. Judge, this will be over soon. Will you all please sit down? Not only was my son's death intentional, but now he is the victim of lies that are the calculated plot of his killer and her attorney.
I would have asked him a hell of a lot more questions.
Attacking him wouldn't help with that jury. Make him look like a victim.
He attacked me.
Well, that makes you the victim. That's what I want.
It's not what I want. I want my children. I want to be able to go home at night and know that I have a family.
Vicky, listen to me. This is like a chess game.
I don't play chess, Mr. Haynes. I'm just your average fool who got pregnant too soon, who left school too soon, and who believed the first guy who said he loved me.
Vicky, trust me.
Those were his exact words.
School is stupid.
School's not stupid. Not going to school is stupid. Want to grow up to be like your mama?
Yes.
Go on, you. Go on, boys.
What are we going to pray for?
First, pray for Price. Then for Grandma. Then you say a prayer for us.
Just remember, this is your day. All of that other testimony meant nothing. The police reports, the forensic experts, doctors they hired to say you shouldn't have the kids, doctors we hired to say you should have them, all that was window dressing. The jury's going to make its decision on one thing and one thing only: you and how you handle yourself on that witness stand.
Anything we have to say, you're very for it. Thank you. Thank you. Here's us.
All rise. Be seated.
Mrs. Brannick, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor. We call Vicky Daniel as a hostile witness. What time would you say Price got home that evening? About 6 or 7 or what?
Probably close to 7.
And then he came into the house. What happened?
I was in the dining room, and he asked me to sign something.
Well, first, didn't he ask you to sit down and look at some papers?
To read something, yes.
Do you recall what the papers pertain to?
The divorce, some kind of financial statement.
Did you sign the papers?
No. I was supposed to take them to my lawyer first.
Then what happened?
I tossed the papers onto the table, but I hit his drink and knocked it over.
So?
He grabbed me. Sometimes he was choking me and shaking me. I shoved him away, just broke loose.
And then you say that he caught you and he jumped on you.
Yes.
All right. When you next heard him talking, was he in the act?
I assume he was.
What did he say?
He asked me where his stuff was, his marijuana.
And I believe you walked out of the kitchen to the foot of the steps. What did you say to him?
I told him I flushed it down the commode months ago.
The first kick you say he delivered, did he deliver a swift kick or just when did this encounter end?
I just got up and ran
Where did you run?
toward the back door.
Were you afraid?
Yes.
Were you mad?
No, I was scared.
So you just wanted to get out of there?
Yes.
Now, where did you hit?
The back door. I tried to get out, but I couldn't. The door was locked.
Now, were the locks on this door, were they all of the type that you can undo them from the inside?
Yes, but I couldn't unlock them.
You were shaking too much.
Yes.
Well, then what did you do?
I got a gun out of the closet.
Were you shaking when you reached in there to get the gun?
Yes.
Were you too nervous to pick up the gun?
No.
Could you open the bolt and shove a bullet into the chamber?
I must have. I was the only one there.
Oh, then you must have stopped shaking and calmed down a little then, right?
Objection, may it please the court, it's argumentative.
Overruled.
So, Mrs. Daniel, you calm down a little bit.
I was very scared.
No, ma'am. My question was, did you calm down a little from the time when you were too nervous to undo the locks on the door?
I don't remember that.
What kind of gun was it?
A 22.
All right. Now, did you see Price at all?
I saw him in the attic.
No, ma'am. I'm still talking about the kitchen.
No, he wasn't in the kitchen.
Where was he?
He was part way up in the attic.
So, he didn't follow you into the kitchen. You came out into the hallway looking for him, and he was up in the attic. Now, you came out of the kitchen to the foot of the steps. And what did you do?
Vicky!
Please leave. I'm warning you.
Mrs. Daniel, is there any way he could get out of that house and leave without coming down that ladder?
No.
And you were standing at the foot of the ladder with a gun, right?
Yes.
Well, did you finally shoot at him?
I wanted him to leave, and he wouldn't. And then I warned him. I shot a warning shot.
Well, Mrs. Daniel, how could he possibly leave with you holding a gun at the foot of the stairway and a bullet coming right over him?
He said he was going to stick the gun.
So you shot it?
A warning shot.
So you intentionally fired it so that you would miss him?
Yes.
And then you shot at him again, right? Just one last question, Mrs. Daniel. With all the stories about how he beat on you, and the drinking, and the dope, and all the other things that so recently have been said about Price Daniel. Well, if they're true, why? For Pete's sake, why? Didn't you divorce him years ago?
Because, Mr. Sobranik, I loved him. And I believed in marriage. And I wanted our marriage to work.
Vicky Daniel has had 2 marriages, 1 divorce, and 1 shooting. Out of 7 interpersonal relationships she has had in the past 14 years, all but 2 have turned out wrong. She hurt those children. She hurt them in a way that she can never repay. And after she shot Price, she assassinated his memory without ever producing 1 credible witness to support her innuendos. Now, she has got to be told that she cannot go through life scratching and clawing and shooting people and then telling big stories without somebody saying to her, girl, you gotta clean up your act.
Though this is not a murder trial, you've heard frightening testimony about the marriage of Vicky and Price and the tragic events that led to his death. But whether his death was an accident, as Vicky has testified, or murder, as the family would like for you to believe, that issue is not before you here today. The fact is, the Daniel family is trying to punish Vicky by taking away her children. And they're doing it without her having been found guilty of any crime. The fact is that Vicky deserves to keep custody of the children who love her and need her. And she deserves to keep custody of the children because there's not been one bit of evidence presented in this trial that proves or even indicates that Vicky has been or would be an unfit mother.
I had a dream about Price. He was apologizing for marrying me. Said he knew it was wrong. But that he couldn't stop himself. He said that he was always good about getting things, but then he'd get scared. Didn't matter if it was politics or marriage, he said. He always got what he wanted. Then he'd run away. You think that's the way it was?
Well, I think when we wake up in the morning, we hope for the best. When the sun goes down, if our conscience is clear and our bed's warm and our belly's full, we don't have a lot to complain about.
That's nice.
Jury's back. Ready?
All rise. Be seated.
Is everyone present?
Yes, sir.
Bring in the jury. The jury has found for the defendant. Custody will remain with the mother, Vicky Daniel.
So what are you going to do now, Vicky?
Find a job.
No more questions today, folks. She's had enough questions.